Tape Deck Media.
Well, hey there, all you panel pickers. Welcome to a brand new issue of Panel Picks, the podcast show where we talk about New Comic Book Day, where we dive into New Comic Book Day and all things nerd culture. I am your host, Dan Bublitz Jr. With me, as always, is our co-host, Jeremy Plum. How's it going, buddy?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm
Good.
doing good. This has been this is an exciting week.
It
Um,
is?
it's very exciting. Before we get into like some of the stuff, I finally did it. I finally opened my Darkwing Duck set.
Ooh.
And you can't really see him, but I went the wrong way. You can see Darkwing right
Hey,
there.
there he is.
And then over here, you can see Negaduck.
Nice.
Negaduck. There we go. I opened them up. They're cool. They're super cool.
They look dope.
Yeah, they definitely are pretty awesome. Pretty awesome stuff. But yeah, we have an exciting day. There's a lot of we're going to be doing a segment we haven't done in a hot minute, which is comic books in the news, because we had a couple huge things that just came out in the last couple of days. Two huge stories, and we're going to talk about them. So let's just get right into this segment, comic books in the news. How's that sound?
Perfect. I'm excited.
Boom. Comic books in the news. Here we go. This is a big thing this week. The first piece of news that dropped a couple days ago from, what is it, Vanity? Or Variety, Vanity. Vanity Fair. No, Variety just dropped this news the other day. And that is that Charles Hunnam is going to be the lead in the Criminal series adaptation on Amazon. And if you've been listening to all the episodes of this podcast, you know that we talked about this when it was announced that this series was going to be, that it got greenlit for a TV series. And you'll know then I'm very excited about this series because obviously I'm a huge fan of the Criminal series, Ed Brubaker, Sean Phillips. So I'm very excited about this. He got cast as the lead, playing the character Leo. I think he is a perfect fit for this. If you're not familiar with Hunnam's work, he was in played Jax in Sons of Anarchy. He was in the movie The Gentleman. I mean, he got a start as a young lad. He was in Undeclared, which was a short-lived series on Fox years ago.
I don't think I know that one. Okay.
Yeah, it was. It had that one actually has Seth Rogen in it. It was I believe it's Judd Apatow. Was a Judd Apatow series, one of his early series. There was only like 6 episodes, but if you go back, if you look it up and look at the cast in it, they all the people that were in it went on to do big things. So
wow.
But yeah, so in this, Hunnam will play Leo, and the character is described as a brilliant master thief who sees all the angles and specializes in plans with no guns and no violence. Like a chess player, Leo thinks 3 moves ahead. Other crooks think he's a coward, especially compared to his father, Tommy, who went to jail for murdering the most feared man in the city, Teague Lawson. So, yes, I'm very excited. I think this is a good sign for the series that with him being cast in this, that they're going to get a pretty stellar cast for the series. So
nice. Yeah.
Pretty excited. And then we literally, just before we started recording, Jeremy and I just took advantage of the other big news this week, which is the new Venom movie trailer dropped.
Yep.
And we didn't have time to get any, cool little clips going for that or pull a sound bite. But let me tell you, we just watched it together. What are your thoughts, Jeremy?
First of all, about the Criminal news, looks fun. I loved Criminal, so this will be a good time. About Venom, man, it looks dumb. It looks fun dumb.
Okay, I was gonna say, well, yeah,
it looks fun.
It does look fun. It looks very fun.
So the first movie I remember for one moment where Eddie and Venom kiss, and I remember the guy next to me going, "Ew, gross." I went, "No, no, 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 no. Let him cook. Let's see what happens." And that's I've never seen the second one. I hear they go into a gay club. I'm excited for that. I need to watch Venom 2. Venom 3, this looks silly and stupid. Venom is doing some like fun dance moves in a Vegas casino. There's Venom Horse.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Spoiler alert. Oh, I guess it's in the trailer. Not
it's
really
in
a
the
spoiler.
trailer. Yeah,
Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, it does look fun. I like the title of it too, Venom: The Last Dance.
The Last Dance.
Uh,
Yep.
which I feel like it kind of fitting after watching that trailer. Like you said, looks like a fun, dumb Marvel movie, an action movie.
Yeah.
I think I think it'll be a good time. I think
It
it'll be a good movie.
it's a good summer watch, and if not, it's gonna be great on the plane when you watch it. It's gonna be a fun time.
Yeah. Well, let's get into New Comic Book Day. Well, before we get into New Comic Day, we'd love to hear what you guys think about the news. Leave
Yay.
a comment down below. Leave a comment. Tell us how you feel about this comic book news that we got this week, because I'm super stoked. But let's talk about what's coming out this week. What's new? It is an all new week for new comics.
Yep.
If you're watching or listening to this podcast, you know that that's what we do. We primarily focus on New Comic Book Day, and we have some fun picks of our own this week. It is June. This is the first drop of June for New Comic Book Day. Yeah, which means it's also Pride Month.
Yes,
So
it is.
there's already a lot of fun Pride stuff being dropped this week, which I think is going to be a good time. We got some fun picks though, so let's get into it. I think the first three it just worked out because I put them in alphabetical order for those for you guys to get a little behind the mirror, behind the door look. I do all the pre-production stuff, so I always put our picks in alphabetical order.
Fair.
Yeah, yep. So the first pick is yours, and it is DC Pride 2024.
I'm excited.
Tell us what you're excited about. Why are you so excited?
These anthology books are fun. We get to see some like DC is sometimes just like, hey, here's Batman, and that's mostly it, and Superman sometimes. But like we get some cool characters. I mean, we got Aqualad, we get Dreamer, and Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn here, and Jonathan Kent, and his partner and his boyfriend. And here's the thing: I'm excited for this. Because my biggest problem with the storyline where Jonathan Kent comes out as someone who's bi, was just it wasn't gay enough. I wanted more dates. I wanted more.
It wasn't gay enough.
It wasn't gay enough. Yeah. Come at me. It wasn't gay enough. I wanted to see their relationship. I wanted all of that. So hopefully this is that. We also get some biographical comics in here, specifically about Phil Jimenez. So that's gonna be kind of cool. I'm honestly excited. These are fun books. Maybe it'll be good. And I think if you're new to comics, this is also just a fun place to jump into. And especially if you're gay, celebrate Pride by buying some DC stuff.
Absolutely. Well, let's keep moving. Let's go to your next pick. This one actually caught my attention. Like after you posted the picture, I was like, "Ooh, this looks good." Coming in, the second pick for this week is Jeremy's pick, "Falling in Love on the Path to Hell." The title just looks so intriguing to me, and the artwork.
The artwork looks great. What it is it's about a samurai and someone from the outlaw cowboy era. They both died a world apart, and they meet up in purgatory. And I'm interested. I'm interested in a love story. I'm interested. I love cowboys. I love samurai stories. Let's go. It's a very interesting concept that I really hope delivers. And yeah, it looks like a fun time.
Yeah. I was gonna say, it's samurais and gunslingers. I mean,
yeah.
That how can you go wrong with samurais and gunslingers?
It's very difficult, but also pulp and love stories. I want to see that. Give me more of that.
Yep, and this is a
Yeah.
book by Image Comics.
Yep.
You've got writing by Jerry Duggan and art by Gary Brown.
Hmm.
Um, so it looks intriguing. I'm definitely going to take a look at it and
Yeah.
see. I might, you know me. I'm also. It's funny because Taryn, the person who runs the comic book side of things at my comic book shop, she's always trying to get me to get stuff because she's into independent stuff. So she does have a pretty good palette and really knows a lot of this what I like. But she was trying to get me to take this book last week. And one thing about me is like, even if it's got a good story, if it doesn't have intriguing art, I don't know that I gotta have some good art. So, and that was my hiccup with it. I was like, I don't like the art style. So she was like, "Well, if I let you borrow my copy, will you at least read it?" And I
Yeah.
said, "That I can do. That's fair." So
Fair. Comics are a visual medium. If you're not diving with the art, then it's hard to get into this. I get it.
absolutely, because it's
Yeah.
hard. Yeah, you're absolutely right. All right, another one of your picks is My Adventures with Superman. And one thing I noticed about your picks and a lot of your taste, and this isn't a jab at you. This is just a observation, and I love it. You really gravitate towards anime style art
Yeah. I never thought I did, but like, yeah, a lot of this lately has been that. And if
because a lot of the stuff you pick is usually very cartoony, not quite
yeah,
anime, but very cartoonish
exaggerated
right on
style. Yeah.
the line. Yeah, I
Yeah.
love I love it though.
This one is very much an anime inspired take on Superman. The writer, Campbell, is also the writer for I Heart Skull Crushers, who's also the writer of Adventures of Superman. And it's I think this takes place between season 1 and 2, if I remember correctly. Season 2 just started, but the show's focus is on Clark Kent's relationship between Lois and Jimmy, as seen on the cover, and it's also kind of sometimes a romance show, and it's a romance book. So I'm excited. If you want anime, a magical girl transformation style Superman take with some romance, I say pick it up. You don't need a lot of information. Just go in, have some fun.
I like it. All
Yeah,
right. Well, now those are your three picks, all right in a row, just because
right
I
there.
went
Boom, boom, boom.
alphabetically. Boom, boom, boom. So we're gonna go into Dan's picks of the week. My first pick is Profane. If you know anything about me, you know I like crime. I like
Mm-hmm.
thriller. I like a good detective story, and that's what this is gonna bring us. We've got writing from legendary Peter Milligan, Hellblazer, Ecstatic Shade, The Changing Man, and then
Oh,
artist
those are
Raul
awesome.
Fernandez from
Yeah.
Detective Comics, Justice League Dark. So that
Ooh.
seems to me like a pretty good team right there.
Yeah.
And you've got this is a Boom Studios production, but it's very intriguing because it follows it's solving murders in Los Angeles is the daily bread of private detective Will Profane, but something strange about his latest case. See, that's very just even the first paragraph of their description of this book. I'm just like, yeah, I'm into this.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
into
into it.
this.
Yeah, that is your style.
Yeah, and then when every clue points toward a famous detective novelist, at the center of the mystery, Will's world will transform into something truly unreal. And I'm down. They got me right there. That's all they needed to. And the one thing, well, that's funny. It's even in here, and I didn't see that till just now. I was gonna say it it reminds me a lot of Newburn, which
Oh.
just ended. And as I read on down, they say, what is it? Something. The procrastinatingly thin line between reality and fiction, perfect for fans of Bang and Newborn. So they're even comparing this book to Newburn. Sorry, I said Newborn,
Okay.
but Newburn. So yeah, because that's the art reminds me of that. So I'm very excited about this one. So that's my first pick of this week. My next pick is Scarlet.
Heard a lot
We've
about
got
this. Yeah.
they've been going. I've only picked up the Cobra Commander book, but they've been going into really diving deep into GI Joe and the GI Joe universe by going on to these one-offs of the characters. They did Cobra Commander. They did
Duke.
Duke. Yep, they did
Yep.
Duke. and they've been doing some great crossovers. So I think this will probably be a fun one. I'm excited. It's a female writer behind this one, which that should be really good. Like I said, I'm really looking forward to see what they do. I really enjoyed Cobra Commander so far. It's been great. Kelly Thompson is the writer of this one.
Nice.
Yeah, so very excited about that. She's also done Black Widow, Birds of Prey. So
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
so
Yeah.
this should
Okay.
be pretty good. And then it's got
Nice.
art by Marco Ferrari,
Nice.
Frontiersman. So yeah, so this
Okay.
should be a fun book.
That'll be a fun book. And these are getting like what 4 to 5 issues usually.
Usually, yeah,
Yeah.
yep, and I think these are image books as well.
Yep.
And
Through
my final
Skybound.
pick.
Yeah.
Now, this is a pick that I don't know that I'm going to pick it up. It's not a pick that I picked for me because I'm like, oh, I want to go buy this book. But I want to, when we do these, I want to pick and highlight stuff that I think other people might be interested in. And there's always a lot of fans of horror.
Yep.
And that's what this is. Wicked Tales is a horror anthology
Okay.
by
Who?
Blood Moon Comics.
Wow.
Wicked Tale
Never heard of
number
that.
one marks the debut of independent creators, and if you know anything about me, you know I love those indies. So
Yeah.
it's the debut of independent comic book creators Christoph Rodriguez and artist Giuseppe D'Elia, and their imprint Watch Out Studio. So it presents three
Okay.
tales of terror, on which tales about infidelity of fulfilling certain demonic contracts. But yeah, so it's an anthology. So you're going to get three stories
Yeah.
out of this. I will say I do really like the artwork. I think the cover art on this looks really sweet. So I mean, I'll probably, even though I'm not a big horror fan, I'll probably pick this book up to look at, see what the art's like. If the art's captivating enough, I might actually still pick it up, even though this
Honestly,
wasn't a pick for me.
yeah. I just pulled up Blood Moon Studios here, and they are a small company, but it's it's given like uh a '90s independent comic vibe. Like I compare a lot of things to Mirage, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, there's a lot of cool books here, and they are usually very small runs. So if you want to just read a bunch of cool horror, they said they are horror, sci-fi, and fantasy.
Yep.
So that is up my alley. I might give them a shot.
And this
Yeah,
is
let's
great
go.
because, yeah, and this is great because, like I said, they're a very small indie company and they're being backed by Boom Studios for this project.
Oh, they
So,
are?
yeah, this is coming from Boom. So, yeah, so they're going from being very indie to making their, semi-mainstream debut. Boom is still an independent company, but it's more mainstream than their current company. So, very exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's all our top picks. Obviously we want to hear what you guys are excited for. Leave those comments down below. Tag us on social media. We're at Panel Picks Pod. You can send us an email to panelpixpodcast@gmail.com. That's another way to get a hold of us. Of course, all this information is in our show notes as well.
Yep.
Make sure you like, subscribe, and share the show with all your friends, all your comic book pals. Let's help, you guys can help grow the show. But it's time for honorable mentions. So I'm going to zip down. If there's something you want to stop and kind of talk about, Jeremy,
Mm-hmm.
just give me a little signal.
Hey,
But
hey.
of course, we have the usual suspects. We've got some Archie and friends. We have Batman, Bear Pirate, Viking Queen #2 is coming out this week. That's one we talked about before. Another book that looked kind of interesting is Beyond the Pale. I checked that out just a little bit. That was when I was looking at my picks. That's covering a journalist going over to Vietnam to figure out why there's a high number of black soldiers dying. So that's kind of the plot behind it. So it looks pretty interesting as well.
You don't get a lot of biographical or historical
Mm-hmm.
comics. That's
Yep.
okay. Neat.
And you get, so we got more usual suspects, Carnage, Venom.
Yep.
There's a lot of Ultimate stuff coming. In fact, the Ultimates
The
comes
Ultimates
out
is coming out this
Yep.
week. Yeah, that looks cool. I think Hickman's right in that, and Doctor Doom is on that superhero team. It looks fun.
some other indies that are. And one other thing I will say real quick that's about this week, there are a lot of number ones coming out, both on the
Yeah.
indie side and in the mainstream side. So this is a good week to take advantage of, go find something new to get into, because you can start right from the beginning. You could start with issue one because you've got, there's Coins of Judas, The Gambler #1, Cult of the Lamb #1.
Wait, Cult
You
of the
got
Lamb, the video game?
Well, if it's a video game, it might be based off a video. It might be.
Does it
Yeah,
look like a cute little cartoon?
it does. So it probably is.
No way! I will pick
So
that up.
there you go.
Okay.
Yep, you
I didn't
got
know that existed.
another freakier than normal #1. Yeah, so there's a lot of #1. Godzilla Rivals is coming out #1 on that. That's probably just a one shot anyway. But Gunbreed, Murder of Talking Crows. That's another one from that Blood Moon Comics that is doing the Wicked Tales. So you got Hell's Half Acre #1. Lots of #1s this week. And then, of course, you have your regular, Philadelphia. There's some Walking Dead. You got some stuff for the kids like Lilo and Stitch.
Yep. And Walking Dead.
Love Everlasting.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I'm really excited by that. Cult of the Lamb. It's by Oni Press. I'm in.
Yep.
Let's go.
Poison Ivy. You got Precious Metal looks kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, there's a lot of #1s coming out.
But if you want a comic book on a budget, Humble Bundle has 3 huge bundles coming out right now. 2 of them are ending. For $30.
And this is digital stuff?
Digital only. But
no, that's fine.
Some huge books. So for $30, you can get all main volumes of Hellboy plus some of their spinoffs. The only Hellboy that's missing that I know is Hellboy in Love and Hellboy Giant Robot Hellboy, which just came out. But other than that, the entire run of Hellboy. But also for $30, it comes with the entire BPRD with it as well. So if you want all like 12 to 15 volumes of that, plus the spinoffs of that, $30 you get all of that.
Nice. That's a hot deal. Run. Good looking out.
Another one is if you want all the TMNT books by IDW, that's $18. And finally, Dynamite Comics 20th anniversary, which has a ton of Red Sonja.
And what is this on?
HumbleBundle.com under books.
Humble Bumble. Okay, we'll put a link into the show notes to
and
that.
They all go to charity. Like
that's
all
beautiful.
of this is charity. So it's beautiful if you want a ton of books on a budget, especially the Hellboy stuff and especially the TMNT stuff. That is get up to date, get some of those big name books for like a cheap price. Yeah. Have some fun.
I love it. And the last honorable mention I'll just throw out here, just because I just saw it while you're talking about that great deal, is we got some more Blood Hunt coming out. Wolverine Blood Hunt #1. So, like I said, lots of #1s this week. Definitely take advantage of this. That's going to do it for this week. Again, thank you guys so much for watching, listening, doing all the things. Like, subscribe, share, tell all your friends. Do all the things. And until next week, keep supporting your local comic book shops.
This has been a Tape Deck Media production. Thank you for listening.